がここにいるうちの本物のスクールスポーツのために行こうぜベイビーバンこの国は気をつけて、現実になることがありますからね。
Alright, so consider this video because I'm gonna use this video for future reference, and I'm gonna send it to people that don't understand my point of view on this topic, because I don't want to keep repeating myself over and over again. But first and foremost, I know we're all excited about a potential Japanese super fight between Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani, and we should be, because those are two great fighters that bring a lot of great attributes to the sports. And I'm a huge fan of both those guys, but I'm also, and I'm a bigger fan of the sport of boxing. No allegiance or no love or affinity I have for a fighter and their style doesn't supersede or pass my love for boxing and what is right, fair, and just, all right? So let's get that firmly established here on True School Sports. Junto Nakatani is regarded by many at this moment in time as the best bantamweight in the world, and rightfully so. He's a great fighter. He has a great blend of outside punching, infighting, knockout power. He's getting better at boxing tall off that long, rangy frame and being patient. There's a lot of things I like about him, but he has 3 other world champions in his weight class, and they also happen to be from right here in the majestic land of the rising sun here in Japan. You got Ryosuke Nishida, you got Yoshiki Takai, and then you got Seiya Tsutsumi. All really good fighters with something to bring to the table and would all make for good matches with Junto Nakatani. They're all Japanese. You can't just go up to 122 and fight Naoya Inoue without solidifying your guy, solidifying yourself as the man at bantamweight. It's not right. And the fact that you got 3 other champions in your country that are the champion, that's even more the reason to want to solidify yourself at 118 and be the man at bantamweight. So that's why I stay with him. He will not get a pass from True School for moving up to 122 to fight Inoue without fighting one of the guys in his actual weight class that he's campaigning in right now, which is bantamweight. That's number 1. Number 2, from Inoue. If Inoue is going to stay at 122, as much as it pains me to say this, he has to get past Sam Goodman. And then if he gets past Sam Goodman, he's got to fight his mandatory merger Aquadalia, because it's mandatory. It's the rules. Nobody's above the rules, right? So that's one side of the equation for Inoue. But if he doesn't want to fight Merjan to maintain his WBA belt, and he has to drop it, then I don't want to see the Junto fight, because it should be for undisputed. If you're going to do the biggest fight in Japanese history, it should be under the biggest circumstances humanly possible. And the biggest circumstances humanly possible are for all the belts. So if you got to drop the belt, then it makes no sense to have the Junto fight at 122, in my humble opinion. So that being said, the better fights for him, the more competitive fights for Inoue, whether you like it or not, are at featherweight. You know, the fights against like Rafael Espinoza, Angelo Leo, Nick Ball, Fulton Figueroa rematch winner, Komotov, Mirko Cuello. There's plenty of featherweights that would really make for a great fight with Inoue. And I think he would be better served to go to featherweight. And I understand all the counter arguments of like, oh, well, the featherweights haven't unified, and why don't they unify first and prove who's a man? Let me just be the bearer of bad news to everyone that wants to see the featherweights unify. I'm telling you right now, Bob Arum came on this channel back in June, and I asked him, I said, hey, Bob, and I'll put the clip in here. I'm going to put the clip in here. Roll the clip.
The plan is to see at the end of the year who the champions are in featherweight, and then line them up to fight Inoue.
Okay.
Why would they fight each other in a match that wouldn't involve that much money when they can fight Inoue probably in Japan for 3 or 4 times the money?
Correct. Maybe the line I thought would have been like, so there could be like just one established guy, you know?
But that's only one fight. That's only one guy getting the reward for fighting Inoue.
Correct.
This way it'll be 2 or 3 guys
getting the reward.
Yeah, who, you know, and we don't know how dominant Inoue is going to be stepping up another weight class.
I asked Bob, as you guys saw it, Bob said it himself. He said, why have Inoue fight one of the champions when you could fight all the champions so that everyone gets a shot? He's being all charitable now, you know? But really and truthfully, the whole reason why Bob is doing this is because if Bob, let's just say like if Angelo Leo were to get 2 of the 4 belts at featherweight and unify, then Bob can't really control Inoue as much through the matchmaking. But if he's got more champions at featherweight, he can control what Inoue is doing through the matchmaking and continue to make money for himself and Top Rank and all those kind of things. So it's just him not allowing the featherweights to unify. It's a form of control, and I want people to understand that it's not Rafael Espinosa's fault why they can't unify, nor is it Angelo Leo's fault why they can't unify. It's Bob Arum. So please understand that. So I would just like him to come up to featherweight and fight one of the champions after Goodman. I know it's probably not going to happen, but all I'm saying is, if Inoue and Junto don't take care of the business they had to take care of in their current respective weight classes, which would be for Inoue, Goodman, and Merjan, and for Junto, going undisputed and or unifying with the bantamweight champions, if they're not doing that before they fight, they're not getting a pass. Junto is not above the rules, Inoue is not above the rules, and they're not exempt for criticism. I don't give a damn how much I like them. I will criticize them if I see something wrong. That is the truth. So yeah, I just want to get that established so that when things play out and you guys maybe see me like talking a certain way, you don't think I'm hating. I've already drawn my line in the sand on where I stand and those kind of things. So I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if you guys see my points. Like I want to know, like, do you guys think I'm hating? Because I know some people out there are going to say I'm hating, and they're going to throw personal insults, because anytime I say anything about Inoue that's not like the highest praise in the world, people have a problem with it. And all I'm doing is just talking boxing. You know, at this moment in time, people really don't want to see him fight Sam Goodman. Let's be real. Who the fuck wants to see Inoue fight Sam Goodman? I only want to see him fight Sam Goodman because I'm going to go to the fight here in Japan. But like, other than that, it's not a fight that I have to see. And as far as Merjan, like, it's a good fight, and it is a dangerous fight because Merjan can punch, but nobody's really like, it's not a fight we have to see. Like, him beating a Merjan, it would add to his run at 122, but it doesn't really add anything in the greater picture. He already beat all the guys you would have wanted to see Inoue beat before he moved to 122. He did that and then some. So like, that's why I want to see him go to featherweight, because there's more things to do. Fights against Merjan are boring. Fights against Dea Picasso are boring. We don't care about those fights. I'm not trying to down those guys. If they get the fight, cool. They get a nice payday. They get a chance to create a great legacy for themselves if they beat them. But as a boxing fan and someone who really loves Inoue and respects his greatness, for him to continue elevating his greatness in the sport to the highest of levels, I think the fights that will do that for him are in the featherweight division. And for Junto to elevate his greatness enough to get an Inoue fight, he needs to at least elevate his greatness enough to prove that he's the best man in the bantamweight division. Because if he don't prove that he's better than Ryosuke Nishida, Seiya Tsutsumi, and Yoshiki Takai, then there's no sense in him even fighting Inoue, because he never even really solidified himself. So, you know, there you have it.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here. Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.